Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to your science class. Hope you all are happy and healthy. So, today we will study chapter number 7, the green plants. And, students, you all know that green plants are very essential for the survival of human beings and other animals on planet Earth. And in this chapter, we will study about leaves and how do leaves make food, and about the interdependence of plants and animals. So let's start our chapter. Unit 3, the world of the living. Chapter number 7, the green plants. Leaf. Most of the plants on earth are green plants. They appear green due to the presence of a substance called chlorophyll in the leaves. Chlorophyll helps the plants to make their own food by utilizing sunlight and carbon dioxide present in the air. You all know, students, that leaf is the green part of a plant which is attached to the stem, and due to the leaves the trees or the plants appear green. And you know, students, why the color of leaves is green? It is due to the presence of a substance called chlorophyll. A substance called chlorophyll is present in the leaves of the plants, which makes the leaves appear green. And this chlorophyll helps the plants to make their own food. You know, students, that plants are the only living organisms which produce their own food, green plants especially, and it is because of the presence of chlorophyll in their leaves. With the help of that chlorophyll and sunlight and carbon dioxide which is present in the air, green plants prepare their own food, and all the other living organisms depend on plants directly or indirectly for their food. So you can imagine the importance of leaves in a plant. Without leaves there will be no chlorophyll in the plants, and there will be no chlorophyll, plants will not be able to make their own food and they will die. So leaves are very important part of plants, which contains chlorophyll, which helps in the making of food. Now let's move towards the next page, which contains types of leaves. Students, different type of plants have different types of leaves. By looking at the leaves of a plant, you can easily identify that which plant it is, because, students, different plants have different structure of leaves. As you can see in this image, different leaves are given and they are entirely different from one another. First one is neem leaves, second one is eucalyptus leaves, third is pine leaves, fourth is gulmohar leaves, and fifth is tulsi leaves. So the structure of all the leaves is different. So by looking at the leaves of a plant or of a tree, you can easily tell that which plant or which tree it is. Now let's read on the next page, which contains parts of a leaf. So here there are different parts of a leaf which are defined in detail. Let's have a look. If we look at the leaf closely, we will see that it has a flat part called the leaf blade. So students, a flat part on a leaf is known as leaf blade, and some leaves have very broad leaf blades while some other leaves have narrow leaf blades. So it depends upon plants or trees whether it will have broad leaf blade or narrow leaf blade. Each leaf usually has one main vein and many side veins. So main vein and side veins are there. You can see in the structure the middle one is main vein, and those other small veins which are coming out from the main vein are known as side veins, and these veins altogether forms different patterns on the leaf. And another important function of these veins is that these veins help in taking water and minerals to the leaf. From where a plant gets water and minerals? Tell me, students. Yes, a plant gets water and minerals from the soil. So these veins helps in taking water and minerals to the leaf, and when water and mineral reach to the leaves, food is prepared there. With the help of chlorophyll present and after the food is prepared, these veins helps in transporting that prepared food from the leaf to other parts of the plants. So you can see the importance of these veins. These veins are very important in the process of making food, which is known as photosynthesis. Next comes, there are millions of tiny holes also on the underside of a leaf. On the underside there are very tiny holes which are in millions in number, and these tiny holes are known as stomata. What are they known as? Stomata. You can see in the structure the circle one. These are present on the underside of a leaf, and these are not visible with eyes. Very tiny holes, and these are known as stomata, and they help the plant to breathe in and breathe out air. They help in the respiration of plants. Leaves need carbon dioxide from the air to make their own food. As human beings need oxygen for their survival, plants need carbon dioxide from the air to make food and to survive. And they breathe air or carbon dioxide through these tiny holes which are present on leaves, which are known as stomata. So students, here three main parts of a leaf are defined. First is leaf plate, which is the flat part of a leaf. Second is veins, which are further divided into two categories. First is main vein and other is side veins, and third is stomata. Now let's read the functions of a leaf. So students, a leaf performs the following two main functions. First of all, leaves help in the preparation of food, and the second one is leaves help the plant to breathe in or breathe out. It helps in respiration as well as in the production of food. First is green leaves of a plant makes food for the plant. Leaves are therefore known as the food factories of a plant. So these are also known as food factories because in leaves food is prepared. Second is it helps a plant to breathe through the holes on its surface, and those holes are known as stomata. So two main functions of leaves are it helps in the production of food, and second is it helps the plants to breathe with the help of holes or stomata present on it. Further students, here are some plants such as mint, spinach and cabbage which have small leaves, and that those leaves can be eaten as food. And some other plants have leaves which are of great medicinal value. They are used in medicine and for curing different diseases, for example tulsi and neem. So a leaf of a plant have different functions. Now let's move to the next topic, which is how do leaves make food. So in this topic we will know how leaves help the plants in making food. As we all know that chlorophyll in the leaves helps a plants to make food, and the process by which green leaves make their own food is known as photosynthesis. Just remember students that photosynthesis is the process by which green plants or green leaves make their own food. And to make a food, what does a plant or a leaf needs? It needs water, sunlight and carbon dioxide. And how does the leaves get these raw material? It is very simple. You all know students that soil contains water, and that water is absorbed by the roots of a plant, and after the water is absorbed it is carried upward by the stem to the leaves. So this is how leaves get the raw material of water. Next comes sunlight. Sunlight is absorbed by the green substance which is present in leaves. We have earlier studied about that, which is known as chlorophyll. So sunlight gets absorbed with the help of that chlorophyll present in the leaves. And third one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is taken from the air and it is absorbed with the help of stomata or holes which are present under the leaf. So through those holes, tiny holes or stomata, carbon dioxide gets absorbed in the leaves. So leaves get all the three essential components which are required for making food. First is water, second is sunlight, and third is carbon dioxide. And when these material gets accumulated in the leaf, food is prepared, and This process by which food is prepared in the leaf is known as photosynthesis. And students, after the food gets prepared, oxygen is given out into the air through the stomata, from which carbon dioxide is inhaled by the plants. From the same stomata, oxygen is exhaled or given out by the plants. Therefore, it is said that we should plant more and more trees to get more and more oxygen. Moving further, let me tell you students that the food which is produced through the process of photosynthesis is in the form of sugar, and this food is taken from the leaves to different parts of the plant through branches and stems. So branches and stems serves as a, you can say, transporter of food, and they transport the food from leaves to all the other parts of a plant. The plant uses some of this food for its daily activities and stores the extra food as starch in the roots, stems, leaves, fruits, or sometimes even flowers of the plant. So just like human beings, plants also consume a little bit of the food which is produced, and the remaining food they store in the form of starch. And where do they store this extra food? In the roots, stems, leaves, fruits, or sometimes in the flowers. So this is how the food produced or prepared is utilized by the plants. Next comes interdependence of plants and animals. Interdependence means depending on each other. How do plants and animals depend on each other? Let's know. Animals and plants are dependent on each other in several ways. Green plants are the main producers of food, as I told you earlier also that green plants are the main producers of food, and all other living organisms depend on green plants directly or indirectly for their food. Thus, a chain exists in nature for obtaining food, which we call a food chain. And students, beside food, plants also give out oxygen, which is needed by animals to breathe, and animals in return give out carbon dioxide, which is needed by the plants for photosynthesis. So this is how animals and plants are depend on each other. So we can say that plants and animals both are necessary for the survival of each other, as they are interdependent on one another for their breathing requirements and for their food requirements. So this is how they survive with the help of each other. So students, here ends our chapter. Hope you must have understood everything clearly. We'll meet you on the next turn. Till then, take care, be safe, and keep learning.